Hi bad guys, today we're keeping it simple with an American classic, Meatloaf. You know, ever since I first saw Mrs. Marion Cunningham on Happy Days, whoa! That's weird. Ramon, check the circuit breaker. Ramon, where'd you go? Doesn't matter, these cameras are battery operated and I'm a professional, so I will light this candle and proceed with— Holy what's the deal? Me. Ramon!
Fasten yourself to the oven.
Okay. No problem. I was probably gonna do that anyway.
Continue your demonstration. I shall demonstrate as well.
Okay, well this is basically the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. I'm Friedrich Lysander, this is Cooking for Villains. So we've got here about 1.5 pounds of ground beef, and oh, okay, you brought your own,
When you dine on the finest of meats, tender and succulent, I must eat sand.
Sand, did you say?
Sand.
That is weird as all. Alright, okay, you eat sand. Moving on, we're gonna add these chopped up onions.
When you chop up onions, smooth and fragrant,
Yeah,
I must chop up socks.
yeah, okay, look, let's just get through the rest of these ingredients, alright? We're gonna add in some milk,
Laundry detergent.
a little bit of breadcrumbs,
Tiny rocks and sticks.
and I'm a little nervous about this one, a single egg.
I also use an egg, but it is the egg of a possum.
A possum? Alright, hang on, hot stuff. Possums are mammals, alright? They don't lay eggs. Alright, okay? You're gonna put a possum egg in your sand loaf. Anyway, now it's time to roll up our sleeves and start mixing together these ingredients. So when we've got a nice consistent mixture, we're gonna put it into a greased casserole dish and form it into a loaf shape. And then we're gonna coat it with a thin layer of ketchup. We'll brush that evenly over our loaf, and then it's time to put this whole thing into the oven. And then we wait for about 50 minutes. So, about you being a terrifying doppelganger of me.
Do you recall your mother?
Well, not really. She had to fake her own death in a 1982 boar hunting incident, but I don't see what that has to do.
I never met my daddy.
Wait a minute. This is starting to remind me of a movie called The Parent Trap, and another, more recent movie also called The Parent Trap. Did you ever see that?
When you watch films.
Yeah. Look, that movie is gonna tell us everything we need to do. So it all starts at a summer camp. Alright, this one girl shows up, she's real posh and classy, kinda like me, but then she runs afoul of another girl who looks exactly like her. So they start playing practical jokes on each other. But then the boys come from a different camp because they're gonna have like a dance. So the camping trip ends up being a total debacle, and they give that conniving fiancé a taste of her own medicine. But their dad realizes, oh look, the time actually flew right by. So we're going to take our meatloaf out of the oven, And just to be safe, we're going to use this thermometer to make sure we've got a temperature of about 160 degrees. So anyway, all we have to do is get you cleaned up a little, switch places, reunite our parents, and end it all with a poppin' musical number that goes like this. Let's get together, yeah, yeah, yeah. 2 is better than 1.